Hi, welcome to my video. This is about This Is Not a Book. It's by Kerry Smith. It's the follow-up from Wreck This Journal. I just thought you'd like to see. Flick through now, it's complete. I'm not planning on talking too much through this. I really just wanted to flick through it, but some of the pages do need explaining, I think. We'll see how it goes as we go through. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you on those. So the first couple of pages aren't that decorated. As we move on, I've tried to put something on every page in this book, which is something I didn't do in the Wreck This Journal. This is an inconvenience. I actually tried this twice and completed it on the second attempt. A recording device. I just recorded the stuff that I did throughout one slow day. This is a secret agent. The task was to decorate the front cover of the book, which I just covered in stickers. I don't particularly like it, but it's not terrible, so it stayed as it is. If you watch Phineas and Ferb, you'll know what this is about. And I didn't draw this one, but I did draw this. And this is their backyard. A test of endurance. I only lasted 25 minutes and 26 seconds, which was basically an episode of a series I was watching, and then I gave up after that. A nature emulator. I just drew this ship, which is being taken out by the Kraken, and there's some lyrics here. This is make this page as big as possible, and so I drew a galaxy, and this made this page as small as possible. I mean, it's not as small as it could be, but I don't want it to be any smaller. I just want to be able to fit the challenge on it. And I got the thought garden, and place things, ideas here, and they'll grow. So it's just a few ideas I just shaped into little seeds. This page is an annoyance. So there's several things that annoy me, including Velcro on the page, a ripped spine, badly cut out pictures, and then I'll seal that up and forget about it because it's pretty annoying. Portable workstation. I just use this to plan one of my Smash books. On this page I stuck the colorimeter, which was from a challenge on Kerry Smith's website. And a choice. I'll do that page immediately. So I obviously did This Is a Material, but we'll come to that page later on. This is a transformation. I turn the page into a crane. And this is a disappearance. If you watch Adventure Time, you'll know what this is about, but basically there's a character called Simon, and he turns into the Ice King over time and disappears himself. So that's what this is about. I actually drew Simon under the Ice King and then drew this afterwards, so he disappeared. Okay, so this is a limited edition art piece. I did do this page, it's just this page here anyway, and I did 4 pieces and stuck them up in Selfridges in Birmingham. None of them were gone by the time I left, but I like to think they didn't just go in the bin, but they probably did. This is a blank space, so I just put a definition of nothing there. This is a voyage. It was told you to make a boat, and I made the boat out of the impermanent object page and sailed it while I was on holiday. And there's a picture of it sailing in a beaten up buoy. This is a secret identity. My secret identity's name is Thylaylii, and he is Japanese. There's a little picture of him down there. So I wrote all this up in Japanese. They are answers to these questions, but I can't guarantee the clarity of my Japanese if you can read it. I just copied it. There's a disguise. This is an envelope stuck in, so it's something with a circle on it, for the scavenger hunt. One of the pages later on says that you can do lots of different things to modify the journal, including sticking in an envelope to collect things, so I collected all the things off the scavenger hunt. So we've got something red, a footnote, there's a definition there, lots of other things, and then there was all the dates I found them there. A playground. You had to colour in this object. What was it? Using the strangest method you can think of, and so I came up with 6 different methods. And I think the strangest one was actually colouring it in with a pencil in a croissant. This is a chain letter. I sent it on to my sister, and then she sent it back to me. And then I sent it back to her, so I don't have it anymore. This is a comment. I actually cut out the bubble, and I did hang it up, and I left it there. It was in a public place. And then I created this, so it still sort of decorated the page. This is an action sculpture. I hung it on the back of my car and went for a drive around the street. Set of directions. The colours show which of the directions were. But this is a friend. I didn't want to cut this page up because there's stuff on the back, so I just drew my own and then went around the house sticking them on different objects. So that was it really. This is a factory. It creates tiny books, so I made 4 tiny books that they produced, including a teeny tiny Wreck This journal, which is all correct inside as well. It's pretty cute. This is a conversation. I passed it back and forth. Me and a friend did this. This is a concealment. I obviously did page 108, and a hiding place for secrets, but they're secrets so I can't tell you where they are. This is an imaginary place. I drew an airship that they use, and then drew all the continents and stuff on here, including some pictures of what it's like where the arrows show. This is a time travel device, and so it took me back to a time in 2006 when I met my boyfriend. The ethnographic study I did in a Starbucks, and we just watched people being up themselves basically. And then I drew this astronaut, which is off the cover of Deja Intendu from an album by Brand New, and stuck in the cup cover there. This is a commitment. You had to do something on this list every day for 1 month, and I ended up doing 2 other things on the list because I drew something every day and then I took a picture of it and then I stuck them all in here. A random occurrence. This is dropped string on a page, so I dropped it a few times and traced it. This is a container. Use it to store an object that can be used to... Oh sorry, it is a container. Use this book to transport an unlikely object of your choosing. I chose to transport a sample of each of my washi tapes because I kind of lost inspiration on this page. This is a lost treasure. I gave my boyfriend this map and he had to track around our house to find the treasure, which was some sweets, and then I just drew this on the other page. A bureaucracy. So we had to do this 3 times, put in the instructions so you could use this page, and I used it as a memorial page with all these poppies. A border. I use this at work, so the line between where customers and staff can go. This is an embellishment. There was a page here which had a frame on it, which I used to decorate page 196. Research project. I went on Wikipedia and randomised it, and it came up with field poppy, which was quite ironic after this page with the poppies on back here. And so this is just a bit of writing about field poppies, and drew some poppies in the letters as well. An escape capsule. Basically just a list of things that you would like to put in the capsule, and then decorate it with some photos and stuff you'd like to remember. So I've got some pictures, like of my favourite bands, some tattoos, a photo of just some nice place that I've been, some of my pets, and that's it really. This is a group activity, so I got people at work to help me do this. Yeah, they put up with a lot. Guest registry. Whenever we go to concerts, I get whoever's going with me to sign this page. An idea formulation generator. I'm not really that keen on this page, I just kind of did it and got it over and done with. This is a grouping of circles. So these are all page protectors that my dad gave me. They're in different colours, so I thought I'll go with that. And then drew similar ones over here, coming from clouds, because I can. This is a methodology. You have to investigate the practice of carrying things that are not books. So I did some of the ones that were illustrated here, and then some of my own, which are here. And this is a habitat. I drew a tiny little house, lots of different things in it, so microorganisms can live there if they want. And then I use this page over here for one of the things further on in the book, and record an overheard conversation. So there's 2 conversations I've overheard there. This is a television, so you had to cut out this and create a diorama basically. I created a home, how-to home was my show, and a simple how-to around the house show, and some ideas of what had happened on the show. This is the presenter, he's called Miles. There's the back of the photo there. This is a dare, it's basically a bucket list. And so there's just some things there that I want to do before I die, hopefully. A wishing well. So this is just for wishes, you throw in the coins, and these are coins I collected from work that are all foreign, except for this one, which is a battered penny. I wrote down everything in my head right now. We were planning a holiday, so these were all prices and stuff, and it was going around in my head, so I thought I'd write it down, keep a note of it. I really despise this page, so I'm just leaving it as it is. This is an experiment. Leave this book somewhere overnight. So I did this on a night shift at work. I first left it in a fire escape, and then thought that was too easy, so I left it where customers could see it as well if they chose to look for it. And it stayed there all night and it was fine. Obviously, as I've still got it back here. This is a map, so it's a map of my front garden and all the different plants that I was growing that year. This is a psychological mood altering machine. You get the mood, put the mood in that you were in, well, when I was in a pretty bad mood, and then the mood you wanted to be. And it works, what can I say? This is a virtual reality. You have to make a superhero of yourself using your own traits. I'm known for basically getting people at work into energy drinks as much as I am. So this is my character, and she's dressed up as a superhero, and she's called the Caffeine Kid. And these are her skills. This is a page that is said to cover a page you don't like. I think I covered a group activity because I'm just not that keen on them. There's only so many times I can get people at work into these things. And so I covered it up and chose to do This Is a Quiz, which is one of the choices at the back of other things that This Is Not a Book could be. And so I did a quiz on what are these breeds of dog. This is an excerpt from a book. I chose A Good Keen Man, which is on my dad's bookshelf, and just did a small quote there. This is an excuse. You can use it to avoid other things. So I've got my character here, she's just dossing with This Is Not a Book, and here's some things that I'm avoiding doing. Okay, this is an interview. You had to have an interview with yourself. And describe some favourite things about you and all this, basically. This is a network. I drew the London subway. This is a public space. Again, I used to get people to draw here when we were on our way to concerts. This is an itinerary. I went over my local park, arranged some glass into a circle, and hid something of mine over there. This is a window, so I used the window for various different things. We went to see the Killers, I used the window there. I used it over the park on the last page. And then when I went on holiday, I used it there as well for the beach and to see a tank. A moment in time. This was the day we booked our holiday, so I was pretty pleased with myself. This is a list of all the sounds you hear. I was sitting out in my front garden, just enjoying the sound of the place. This is a secret mission. I'll flip that page in case it's spoilers, in case you want to do it yourself. This is material. So I was testing the quality of paper. I crumpled it, I rubbed some grass on it, I put some cider on the page, I scratched it with my fingernails, and then I used some felt tips on it, and this was a control. portable hole portal. I use the hole on the the scavenger hunt page, and then stuck in this picture of Queenstown because this is where I wanted to go. This is a performance. I drew a large circle while I was sat in Starbucks, and this was the same day as the ethnographic study. A multi-directional unit. We went and explored Asda, and much to my boyfriend's disgust, I bought the book. This is an inventory, so this is a list of stuff I have and how many of it I do, and this is just a random picture. This is a celebration. It wasn't a big celebration, we basically just celebrated going somewhere in the car because I ran out of ideas. And all little answers are underneath. And this was my bunting, which I did hang up in the car. It got a little bit tangled though, so... But these are all the different pictures I chose to be on the bunting. This is a plate. I did use it as a plate. I used it for a coronation chicken sandwich, which I then drew on. And this is a photo just to prove I did it. Oh, this is a plot to rule the world. And I chose that I would be a tyrannical dictator and basically do a whole bunch of stuff that not everyone would agree with. This is a tool, so we wrote down 50 different things that we could use This Is Not a Book for, and I just illustrated a few here. A customizable object, so add your features, your own features to This Is Not a Book, and I coloured in the ones that I actually did. And here's a bookmark that was on the page over here. There was also tabs on this, and this book belongs to, which you saw at the front. And this is all fluffy. Okay. This is a system. Choose one word from each page of This Is Not a Book to form a very long sentence, which is what I did. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but if you want to pause the video you can feel free to read it. This is mail. There was a postcard here which I pulled out and stuck to cardboard and sent to my sister. And this is a restricted area, so you make this page so that people want to avoid it. So I did the zombie beginning from The Walking Dead. This is a set of answers, which is also another challenge from the back of the book. I did the answers for the dog quiz. This is a form of movement. This page I quite struggled with because I really want to do one of these, but I hate doing what it suggests. I ended up tying a piece of string to some felt tips, and so this is the movement of the wind, and it was very blustery that day. This is a random adventure. I went for a walk to a nearby park and just stood there and did the study like it said and pressed a leaf in here. This is a dream catcher. This is like the most unoriginal page ever. I think everyone who has this book has drawn a bloody dream catcher here, but there you go, it's there. And these are some of the dreams I had. This is a school. If you could teach any class, what would it be? And so I did a page on scrapbooking basically, because I couldn't think what else I'd want to teach. I'm not a very good teacher, and it's just a random page I did. One of the things that we could do is like Zentangling. This is an instrument. Using This Is Not a Book as a source, come up with as many different sounds as you can. So these are the different things I came up with, and I used some of the pictures that were already here as well to add to the page. And then I drew my character here. It's one of my favourite pictures. It took me ages, but I'm quite proud of how it came out. This is a sensory stimulation unit, so there's I collect 5 things, one for each sense, and affix them here. I've got one for touch, which is all felty, sight, which was a tester for my galaxy page, a scratch and sniff, which is a smelly for my car, taste, which is a rubbing of chocolate. I hope no one actually ever tastes this, and sound, which is some straws, and if you blow down them they make different noises. This is a meme, and so I heard you like mudkips, and this is an outlet, stuff that a vent about stuff that's bothering you here. So I don't tend to get angry, so I just wrote on the page about stuff that was irritating me a bit. This is a sculpture, but I ripped it out to I made it into an origami water balloon and took it on holiday with me, but I managed to forget to bring it back or take a photo of it, so I just stuck in some stuff from Thailand instead. This is a confession, which I used to cover the page underneath. the front of the book says you can do that, so that's what I did, but then I confessed about doing it because I felt bad. Okay, this page is a currency, and you use this money to begin your own economy and barter system, trade this page for another item of equal or greater value, and draw your own version of money. There's a page here which had a note on it, which is the one that I bartered away. I think that I got some food off my boyfriend, and then I drew my own version of money here. This is a puzzle. Oh, bit of spoilers there, sorry about that. I forgot to cut it out, but it should be cut out over here as well, which I never draw on this page. This is a structure, so create a structure of some kind combining. This is not a book with other objects. So I've got my Reckless Journal, my 2 scrapbooks, and this is not a book, is the roof on the little building that I made. This is a kit for attending boring events. When I was waiting for my lift after work, I filled this page in. I actually think this one turned out pretty cute. This is a declaration, so pretty self-explanatory really, and there's a drawing there. So this is a mirror, create a self-portrait, which I also duplicated as describe yourself without using words. And then I just drew my persona here. I just got a camera, and it's basically me, so that's how that works. And then a little name badge over here. This is a collection of found things, and so just whenever I managed to find something, I would come and stick it in here. It says write notes about how they are magical, but that's a step too far even for me, so I end up just putting where I found them. There's a cute little dinosaur down here. This is a conundrum. Sorry, that's massive spoilers. This is a fortune teller. Cut out squares, ask yes or no questions. So here are the questions. These are some of the questions that I asked on the answers that they gave. This is a mystery. Page 42 is missing, so you have to write a story about where you think page 42 went. So my story is just down here, and basically I think he ran off with another page. This is a parallel universe. What would your world be like if everything was the opposite of what it is now? And so it's just a little list of stuff that would be different. This is a trap. Do or write something that will make someone else want to pick up. This is not a book. So I stuck £1 in there. I'm pretty sure if it was just left lying around, someone would try and pick that up. Stream of consciousness. So self-explanatory again, I was just sitting around one day, thought I'd do that. This is a landscape. Find a way to make this page blend completely in or fit into a room or landscape of your choosing. I made it blend in with my desk, which is an utter mess. This picture down here is actually it blending in, but you can't tell because it's blending in with the mess that's already on the page, which blended into my desk pretty well, so it kind of worked out for me. This is a chance operation, so you cut out the grid, place it in a bowl or container, pick one, follow instructions, repeat. And so I did this for all these, which you've seen further back in the book. And then I just wrote down on here whereabouts they are, including this one. Let's remove a page. So I remove this page here. Just find a way to dispose of this page. Pretty easy. This is a repetitive motion. I just drew tons and tons of stars. And then on the back, I drew more stars. This is a souvenir of your time spent on the planet. Make a list of things you most enjoy about being here. So I just drew this list around here. And even though it's supposed to be the Eiffel Tower, I coloured it in as the Tokyo Tower in Tokyo after we visited there, and it's pretty beautiful, so we went with that. This is a sensory deprivation experiment. You had to close your eyes or use a blindfold and then walk around. I walked around over the park and basically just wrote down the experience here and then colour a page black. So I coloured it black here and just put some lyrics down here. This is a wall or private space. Open this notebook, stand it up like this, which is the illustration here, and then use in public when little privacy is needed. So there's the hole there. You can just bend back so you've got a nice space to look out. And I basically drew on it as Grove Passage down in London, which is also known as Up the Bracket Alley. And there's some of the graffiti that is in that alley I just drew on here. don't know what I did with this page. I just literally had no idea what to do with it, and this square was really bugging me, so it got squared. I gave this page to one of my work friends, and she drew the dream catcher and put a quote here. I really like what I did as well. You can't really tell it's got some wax on it. It smells awesome. The back of that page. This is a language documented journey, so I documented going on a little trip down south, and with the little symbols as part of the story. Cover a page with lines, so I just drew a rainbow of circly lines, just left it at that. This is a reproduction, so you had to colour in this part of the page with pencil or charcoal, and then draw on the back, and it would create a reproduction there. So I just drew a bunch of stars. I ended up colouring these ones in. And this is a list of other things that This Is Not a Book could be. So as you can see further back in the book, there were a few of these. There was a meme, a quiz, an answer to a question, a confession, and a red herring. So I drew a herring. I know that's not what a red herring is, but I thought it was pretty funny at the time. And that's it. There's the last few of these, which are the ones I didn't use. Some test marks, and that's pretty much the end of my This Is Not a Book. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not sure which book I'm doing next, but I'm hoping to do more progress videos instead as well as I go along, whichever one I do end up choosing. So I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe. I'll be putting up videos more regularly now, hopefully, as well, so I look forward to seeing you in the future. Thanks, bye.